Hiya, hello everyone. I'm just going to do a quick video today. It's very short one. No waffling. I just want to quickly discuss on what I'm looking, keep my eye on for the markets in the coming week. This is my first video in a while. So yeah, I'm just going to get straight back to it right now. So sorry, one moment. Right, the ones that stand out to me most, I'm going to start on the stocks. So Meta, let me just see this. Right, I'm going to get my valuation tool up just to begin with. This is good for stocks and indices, etc. 13 days. As you can see, this grey line here is the mean. So anything below that, it's classed as undervalued. So from a valuation standpoint, compared against the what is it again? Let me just get it. Right, compared to the price of Meta compared to the US Treasury bonds, it's undervalued. So you know, when it's undervalued, it's suggesting that there's a decent chance that the price might go to the upside. Another tool I like to use here is the seasonality. So it's still got to run for a few days, but I'm not giving any attention to this. So from a valuation tool standpoint, all good. This is when it comes to stocks and indices, this is the most important indicator that I use, the valuation. These two here, they're the COT data, so they're not relevant. And this one here, the seasonality, I give less weight to this. But anyway, let's have a look at the levels quickly. Right, with Meta, what I've got my eye on here is this zone. Look, this is the weekly chart, by the way. Very close. I will probably look to be getting in around the $609 mark, 609.77. We've got another $11 to drop, and then we're all there. But look at this zone here. We've got a nice little zone, and then that's certainly an explosive candle, possibly two explosive candles to the upside. So yeah, this is looking really good. If I do enter this trade and it fails, I'll be looking to re-enter if around here if the price comes this low. So yeah, I have to keep an eye on that. And another one that I really like, this is Ferrari race. Again, on the weekly chart. Now I have two zones marked out. Let me get this all in. The first one here, which we're almost there, almost. Again, we got a few indecisive candles to make a nice zone, and then look at them. And remember, this is on the weekly chart, so this is such a good reaction. Look at all that. Wow. So yeah, we'll be hoping for some of the same. Again, there's two zones. Now, I think the best play here would be to wait for this zone. Yeah, I think this is the zone. Would be better to wait for that. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to monitor this, keep an eye on it, because I do believe the price is going to come in here, and then I'm going to just check on the candles. So if there's a confirmation candle, I don't know, like a bullish hammer candle or a bullish candle of some sort, then I will jump in. But if not, I'm just going to keep my eye on it and see if the price continues to drop, and then most certainly if it hits this zone, I won't be waiting for no confirmation candles. I'll just be getting straight in there. But yeah, so potentially this zone, also this zone. So let me just, for anybody watching, so $342 mark around on this top zone, and then when it comes to this one down here, the bottom one, it would be between $312 and $306. I'll be looking to get stuck in. So yeah, I'll mark this one out. Again, weekly zone. This is AT&T. Again, just a nice zone. And then we got this gap here, so the price will, these act as magnets, these gap, so this price should come down. Yeah, so get right out. Let's just go back on the Ferrari trade. With the valuation tool, it's just below the mean. So it's not, to be honest, it would be a little bit better if it gets a little bit deeper. So maybe what I'm thinking now then is, with Ferrari, if we just be patient and the price continues to fall into this second zone, the bottom zone, then I'm pretty sure, most certainly, this valuation too would be more towards the total undervalued. Right, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Let's have a quickly look at the AT&T. I'm sorry about this, I'm far from being a pro at these videos, but I just want to try and show me understanding. Right, so when it comes to AT&T, again, we're undervalued, which is decent. And if you do drop a little bit further, into this zone, then we will become even more undervalued. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Yeah, so keep an eye on that. But again, out of these three stocks, it's Ferrari that I like the look of the most. And let's go on to the energies. Now let me just quickly tell you how these work here on the left hand side. This is the COT data, the Commitment to Traders report, which is released once a week. So the top, that's the retailers. So that's like probably whoever does watch this video, myself. And the bottom, the blue, is the commercials. So they're like the businesses start with interests in these commodities. They're not speculators. They deal in, I don't know, they might need huge quantities of oil for their business. These are not speculators. But these are known as the smartest money in the game. So with my strategy, there's many other strategies you can use, but with my strategy, I try and copy what these commercials are doing. So as we can see here, these are bullish because this is the amount of open contracts open at the moment. So compared to years gone by, this is going back to 2002. They're bullish, which means I'm bullish. Now again, with the retailers, what's the statistics? 80-90% of retailers lose money. So again, I want to be doing the opposite to these guys. So as we can see here, low down again, going back to 2002. So the retailers right now are bearish. The commercials are bullish. So that means I'm bullish. So it's just about finding an entry point now. Now let me just quickly switch over to the valuation tool. Now I'm going to switch off the treasury bonds, and I'm going to use the US dollar, compare it to the US dollar and the price of gold. So yeah, not quite undervalued at the moment. It would be nice if this was low. The blue line here is the US dollar, so if anything, that's overvalued. But if we do drop a little bit more, we'll be undervalued. And from a seasonality standpoint, it's suggesting to us that we've got until the 4th of March. It will peak this little run before we drop. So there's still a number of weeks left where we can get on. Now let's just check out the levels here. It'll be a bit easier. Right. This is the zone. I'm going to get the weekly up again. Now, the zone, I've got an indicator, a reminder, to give me a little ping at a $57 mark. We're currently on $59.22. Now if we do come that low on the price, I will engage. I'll be longing, just purely on the strength of these commercials. There is going to be a big move to the upside. It's just a matter of when. Nobody knows, so we've just got to try and. Now here's the zone I've marked out on the week daily. So yeah, we got two levels on top of each other. So to be purely absolute specific, I will engage there on the $56.74 mark. That is me. The price can come down that low, I'm in. Another one, which I like even more, is natural gas. Again, let me just switch back to my indicators. Again, look, the commercials, the smart money, extremely bullish. Oh, sorry. Natural gas, here we go. So look at this here. Again, the most bullish they've been since the last, since 22. Let's keep going back. The last time the commercials were this bullish was in March 2020, which is, so you know, yeah, so that means to me, it looks like there could be, you know, in the near future, there's going to be a run upwards. I really do believe that going on these indicators. Again, when it comes to the retailers, they're not the bearish they've been in many years, but, you know, they're sorry about this. I just want to line these up nice. There we go. Yeah, so it's not the most bearish they've ever been in the last 4, 5, 6 years, but you know, they're still pretty bearish. So yeah, that's looking really good for a run upwards. Valuation tool, the natural gas, look, as we can see, the US dollar is blue, gold is the yellow line, so we're undervalued, which again is another another thumbs up on like taking this trade. Now the only thing is, like when it comes to energy, agricultural, commodities, some of them can be very seasonal in how they behave. So here, the first leg round is the 20th of January, which is the next trading day in the US, because I believe there's a holiday of some sort tomorrow on the 19th. So I've marked that out. This is where we'll be on the chart on Tuesday. And according to this 10-year seasonality cycle, in the it's suggesting what will happen. It's saying that we will reach our bottom roughly around the 12th of February. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and just keep my eye on this, and I'm going to, with it being like a commodity, I'll lend a bit more weight to the seasonality tool. So I'm just going to try and wait it out, and just, if I get the chance, it reaches a price zone that I've marked out, which I'll show you in a second. The closer to the 12th of Feb, the better. So yeah, so all my indicators are looking pretty good. Let's look at the levels very quickly. Now I'm not going to engage on them daily. It's a little bit messy what I'm planning to do. This is a really strong zone here, extremely strong, and let me tell you why. Because this is what is called a flip zone. So you have a high here. We have a high, we have a lower high, which is suggesting, we're on a downtrend. And then what we've got here, the price comes down. So it's acting like it's supposed to act. The price comes up here. It's like, another lower high. And then the price is supposed to just, if it carries on the downtrend, this price should just, these arrows should, candles should just continue down here. But they didn't. They've hit this zone, and prices just flipped in the opposite direction. And look at that. Look at them candles. Remember, this is the weekly chart. So look at this one in particular. That is absolutely humongous. So this is the zone here where price action flipped from the sellers being in control to the buyers. So this is extremely strong. But that's the thinking anyway. So what I'm thinking is if this price continues to fall, hopefully there's going to be unfulfilled buy orders here. Looking at this, it's quite a possibility. And then I'm hoping for such a big strong reaction straight off this flip zone. So that, in my eyes, is an extremely strong zone. So yeah, so I would probably look to engage around the $2.92, maybe the $2.88, roughly around that region. So yeah, I mean, I really like to look at this. Fingers crossed it works out nice. Let's have a quick look at Cocoa. How long's this video been on for now? A while. I can't even see. So Cocoa. Let's see what this is like. Again, I'm just going to brush over this quite quickly. Look at the commercials here. Again, same thing as before. This to me is screaming out very bullish. Again, look at that. The retailers, like the people who lose money, look at that. They're really bearish, which they get it wrong most of the time. And I just, man, very quick look over the price action. Again, I would probably be looking to engage around the 4800 mark, the 4804. But yeah, I like to look at thingy a lot better than natural gas, and let me tell you why. Like here on the way up, if we do get the reaction from the zone, you got like a little mini zone here, mini zone. Let me just show you quickly. We got a zone here. Oops. So there's going to be a battle. Once the price reaches there, it could bounce off. Got another little level here. Again, same thing. The price, if it reaches that high, it's got to break this zone. But again, you know, there's a bit of resistance on the way up. But look, when it comes to the natural gas, it's just ridiculous. Look at this. There's no real clear zones here, nice zones on the weekly. It's just just plain sailing. Not plain sailing. There's going to be some resistance because there's some wick over wicks here. Let's go on the daily. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I would say what concerns me there would be this here. That's a bit of a zone because you got a nice explosive candle downwards, and then from there, that's not very good. Obviously, that's the mother of all. This is the final boss. It probably won't beat that. Look at that for a reaction. But yeah, other than that, it should slide up fairly easily with a bit of luck. Cocoa is okay, but it's certainly no natural gas. I'm currently in corn. Sugar, oh my god, I was in this the other day. I've held it. I paid so much in spreads and swaps, and then at the candles were here, I was like, it was getting close to me stop, which was around here, around the 14:30 mark, and I was like, you know what, this is going to stop out. So I've just tightened it right up. I thought, you know what, I'd just rather just stop out, because I didn't have faith it was going to make the move upwards. I run out of faith, and then look at this candle. Oh my god, it stings looking at it right now. It stings. But yeah, part of the game, I guess. I gotta try and keep my head. Not let it get to me. So let me just quickly. I'm in 2 forex trades at the moment. I'm short the euro dollar, and I'm also short the Aussie dollar, US dollar. Let me just show you the fundamentals and explain why I'm in them. So this is the euro. Again, the COT data works well with the currency. So again, we've got the retailers, this dumb money, very bullish, and we got the smart money, the commercials, very bearish. Again, so we're looking at the price to drop. This isn't great. Let me just turn the dollar off. The valuation tool, it's not great. I'm not going to lie, because we're actually undervalued at the moment, which is, you know, saying that the price, suggesting that the price could go upwards when we want it to go downwards. But it's just the way it is. I always lend more weight to this COT report, and this is screaming a downturn. So I'm just going to go with my set of rules. So yeah, I'm actually in this trade. It's going okay. Let me just quickly switch to the Aussie dollar. Again, this is amazing. Look at that. This is the most bullish that the commercials of the retailers have been since when? Oh my god. So the last time they were this bullish was in January 13, which is insane. That's a long time away. It's a long time ago. So yeah. So when it comes to stuff like this, it just doesn't bode well for them, for the retailers. Let me just show you quickly. So look at this. See this peak here? That was what, September 24, September, October. Now let me just scroll down to the price action around that time. Look here, see? This is it. Look at that move. Let me just highlight this for you guys. So look what happens. Massive move to the downside. Let me show you again another example. Again, look, we got the spike here. We got a spike. What happens? Move to the downside. Again, let's have a look at this one. A spike. What do we have? Move to the downside. So yeah, it's just go the opposite of these guys. They've done money. But yeah, listen, if anybody does find this video useful and liked it in any way, can you just please give us a like and a follow? It'll help me tremendously. I'm sorry I'm waffling on a little bit. I'm just trying to, I just want to say also, this is not financial advice. I'm not a profitable trader at the moment, but it's something I'm working on. I do really love it, and I'm hoping, whilst document my journey, it's gonna, I'll be able to look back on it and go and see myself succeed. But look, if anybody did watch this, thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Catch you next time. Bye bye.